gonna do an ombre. Give it a couple seconds, self-leveling. This is not a milky white. This is like almost like an American white or a soft white. Okay, it's not gonna be clear, so it's gonna be like a nice soft white. Look at self-leveling. I'm just gonna leave it there and let it set a little bit before I work with that. It was runny, but now it's not running as much anymore. I'm gonna pat this down. Now I'm gonna move the powder as I want, slowly. So I want a nice, even thickness. I don't want it too thin. Remember earlier how we clipped the tips? Look, now it's nice and sharp. What line is this? This is a new Lalea line. You have a, how many color collection now, Dip?
180.
180, has gel and matching and everything. Dip and acrylics. So you know generally white is terrible to work with, right? It's always staining everything, look at it. So I'm gonna do all my base color first. Gonna let it set, 3-second rule. Apply it. Let it level. Is this your click? No, this is not. This is another brand. I'm just helping them show you guys the new product. I'm always showing you guys different products from different brands, you know? Even if I have my own brand, doesn't mean that, you know, you gotta have options when it comes to this industry. You know, no one brand should own everything, so. It's so pretty, right? The white is so nice and smooth, right? It's not as chalky. You won't get your monomer contaminated. Like butter. Yeah. This monomer is just an EMA monomer, guys. 100% EMA. As you can see. Cái này em live rồi em không share nổi nên nếu em share bên kia là mấy trăm người coi rồi. Này không có được share. Quên cái phone kia này. So sometimes with powder, when you touch it, you know when to work with it, when not to work with it. A lot of people want to play with it. You don't. Just fold it in and let it sit. I tell my students this all the time. Give it time. When I want to move this powder, I'll move it. It's very buttery. See? Now when I feel like setting, I'll start moving it. This allows me to move without it being too wet. That's what you do that. I had to check out this line. Yeah, I don't know if they have it up.
Not yet.
Not yet. Soon. Oh, so they're not even for sale yet, guys. This is how new they are. They're actually launching it right at Cosmo Pro for a lot of distributors. So eventually you guys might be able to see it in nail supply stores. You might directly from their website. Remember, white, black, and these pigmented colors, you gotta be careful. You don't have to rush with it. Okay, guys? You don't have to try to get through and just give it time. Let it set. See? There's no rush. You wait 5-10 seconds compared to you're sitting here trying to make the powder run all over the place. See, now whenever I move it, it's gonna be nice and smooth, nice and even. So it's not thin or thick anywhere. Beads are pretty nice. It stays, this may look dry, but it's actually not dry. See? This one's called self-leveling. Meaning on the brush it'll look dry, but when you place it on, that's when it starts to work. That's why you have to give it like 3-4 seconds. Any type of powder. Looks like marshmallow puff. Yeah, I mean, maybe they should rename this marshmallow. Oh, cái này rename like marshmallow then. Not cotton ball, marshmallow. It does look like cotton. Okay, so you guys see, I'm doing an ombre, so I gotta make sure that I set all of my powder, my white, at the same distance. See in the nail? That will allow me to gauge where my ombre starts, so I have consistent ombre. Cotton ball. I'm gonna clean my brush real quick though, make sure it's nice and free of anything, so that when I do ombre, so I'll use in the buff. It's like almost like a nude coral. So this is gonna be my. So I'm gonna do my blend bead first. I'm gonna give it time to set. No, cái này là bột nó làm dễ cho everybody. Nhiều khi master cũng giống như thợ thường thôi. That's my blend bead.
Right, so ready.
So Damon, how are you? I knew I'd recognize you. Oh yeah, where were you? Where were you at? So now we're gonna place our cuticle bead. For those of you guys that are beginners, you're still new with controlling the powder. Do your blend bead first. There's no need to try to do it in one bead. You know, now this bead, all you gotta do is worry about the cuticle area, building your apex, whatever you need to do. Generally, a 2 bead process, 3 bead process like this will give you your apex. And then you have to put any clear later. Put the clear, tap the cuticle area, get it flush, so less work later. And I'm gonna go through and do the same process on all my other nails. It will allow me to have the same blend on every nail instead of one going up and down, right? I start at the same spot, make sure that the white's covered up. It's too wet. I'm not gonna work with it now. I'm gonna let it settle first. By tapping it, you can tell. You know, with ombre, you pull too soon, pull too early. You gotta make sure it's nice and even, and then when you're ready, you can pull it. Too soon, it will go through. Too late, it's too dry. To get that nice blend. And you don't have to be perfect, not even me. So if you have to go back through, put some more powder, do it. As long as your ombre is consistent for all the nails, it's all that matters. It's not how you do it. It's how you finish. Nobody's perfect, I guarantee you. You think every time I do it, I pride myself in ombre. You think every time I do an ombre, I'm gonna be perfect? Oh heck no! I'll tell you that right now. You can never be that consistent, even for people that. And I'm an educator. I have to be able to make mistakes so that my students understand that it's okay. A lot of times when a lot of my students look up to me and stuff like this, they think that they have to be perfect because that I'm perfect. No. I've done lives where I've made mistakes using products and I struggled before. And people are like, wow, you're just like everybody else. I'm like, yeah. We all make mistakes. You love this color? Yeah. No, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do actually a glitter design later with sugaring technique. Get it nice and stable. See when I'm ready, I'll pull. This allows me to be in the same consistent area. Remember, the white is our guideline. Now do the cuticle area. I'm just gonna let it sit. You don't have to work with stuff right away. Yeah, the powder's self-leveling, it just stays. There you go. Same technique over and over again. I teach this in my class too. See? It's self-leveling is in that it's still wet, but guess what? It's not gonna run on you. That's what self-leveling generally means. Then when you work with it, see? Smooth. This is from the Leia, it's new. They're not even out yet. They're debuting right now at Cosmoprof, so I like to show you guys first. Oh no! This color has good coverage. I think this new will cover any neons that you have or you run into. See? You guys look at that bead. It's gonna stay, right? Doesn't mean it's dry, but when I want to work with it, then I can work with it. So this is pretty much beginner friendly. If you're advanced, you can use this. It doesn't run. Now, a lot of you guys probably wondering like what the structure is like. Same process. Look, I'm just gonna play speed. The key thing about ombre is you gotta make sure it's nice and even. When you brush through, just go right through. Don't stop. You wanna get that blend. And there we go, we're finished. With one hand, less than 10-15 minutes. So now we're gonna go through with a clear and we're gonna encapsulate our blend. So now I'll build a structure. A little thin, right? Now I'm gonna encapsulate this area. You see how this area where the blend is? So I'm gonna place this bead now with the cuticle area. This is my clear. Clears are generally running because they're 100% acrylic, but I only place it where I need it. I showed you guys the side profile, right, earlier? So this allows me to protect my ombre, but also give me the structure that I'm missing. Nose a little loud, we're custom problem, see? I'm probably gonna need a little bit more right here. So now I know my next bead, I'm gonna grab a bigger bead. Let it dry a little bit. Okay, so my next bead, I'm gonna get a little bit more powder because I need more, right? A lot larger. Dạ, đem về luôn vậy? Cái đấy. Let it sit. Still running. Oh, sorry, I had the phone going, so you got that feedback. No more feedback now. This clear actually sets pretty quick. Most clears are really running, but I feel like this clear sets pretty good. Yeah, it does set pretty good. A little bump here in my little clear in here. Gãi lưng cho anh nào anh. This is how I don't place it all the way up because I know that I have a lot of powder here already. I just want to protect my ombre. But this clear sets pretty good compared to a lot of clears I work with. It's really runny. This is 100% EMA monomer too, so props to that. Clear này nó nhanh á. Mấy clear, yeah, mấy clear kia nhiều chạy quá. It's running.
Maybe the liquid too.
Liquid is 100% EMA. They're all the same. It should be running. Because earlier I used the liquid on the bulk. I know it's EMA.
This new line is very good.
Oh. How come none of you guys said anything about this? No, you guys just sit there. No one in the comments said, "Hey, now that you forgot the thumb, sir." I know, and I literally just mentioned about how I make mistakes. This is it, perfect example. The thumb never gets any love, guys. Why is it? I feel bad for the thumbs every time. Never gets any love. Never gets into the pictures. Always forgotten. Always forgotten. I should let it settle a bit more, but I'm kind of in a hurry, so. There we go. We'll do the pinky first, and I go back to the thumb. We're gonna make these real sharp so she can be a great back scratcher for her husband. Sống này chỉ có thể leave marks behind để người ta biết là property của chị, okay? These are the mark your man nails. Later, they're gonna be nice and sharp. Mark your man. Make sure that everybody knows this is mine. Bro, this clear is actually levels pretty fast. I like that. I dread using clear with EMA monomer. It's just so runny. Not even bubbling. Interesting. These run into bubbling issues. Whenever you have clear that sets fast, you always run into bubbling issues. Well, this one, no bubble. Very nice. Okay. One hand done. About less than 30 minutes. Ombre should generally take you about 45 minutes at max. Doesn't matter what length it is. It's the same technique over and over again. So once you're consistent with that, you should be able to do ombres pretty fast. Especially with shorter nails or squares, even easier, quicker. Because all you gotta do is top it afterwards, you know? So we'll clear this up. Okay.
Look like your face, bro.
Huh?
Look, I look like you.
Well, how come I have a filter? I like filter, come on, yeah. So we're gonna shape. So by the time you finish with the other hand, this hand should be dry. You don't really need a cap. And now since the tips are already sharp at the tip, I'm just gonna switch sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna start putting more pressure towards the tip just to get it nice and sharp. Stiletto is sharp, okay? If your client wants stiletto and she doesn't want it sharp, then she doesn't want stiletto. Stop trying to have clients play, oh, I want it stiletto, but can you round the corners, don't make it too sharp? You know, sorry. You know, you cannot have both the ways. This is how stilettos are, okay? Sharp like that. 1, 2, 3. See how I twist sides? Because I don't want to overcommit in one side and have it crooked. 1, 2, 3. These are Mark My Man nails. Lúc nữa chị gonna mark on Hoàng back, which can leave behind now.
No, there's no mark. This is good snap.
Yeah. Let's see how I'm switching sides. I apply pressure towards the tip, just get it sharper. I don't want to bring this in more. I want to bring the tip in more. So, but I bring that slowly from outside in to make sure that it has an elongation of the sharpness. And that's how you get that nice sharpness back. Ooh. You excited for New York class? I know. I think I have maybe 4 seats left in that class. Almost the Cali class, almost full. So if you are looking for New York, please DM me. We'll be in Flushing and then Fountain Valley, California in September, and New York in August. 30, I think it's like 70-80% full in New York and 60% full in Cali. So this is stiletto, guys. Okay. One of the biggest issues with people who have the stilettos is that you guys go like this for an hour and they make your nails crooked. Stilettos, one of those. When you do this, you gotta remember we're bringing in the sides, so it's very easy for the nails to be crooked if you focus on one side too much. You gotta do the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, switch sides, give yourself room for error. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes I see my students, even a lot of people that are experienced, they think, oh, I have a pre-shaped tip. It's easy for me to shape. No, you can mess it up easier. With coffin, let's say with taper, you can bring in a little bit and it can be coffin. So you have room to change the shape there. But with stiletto, it's just stiletto. It's either a crooked stiletto or a straight stiletto. Which one you want? Look at that. You guys see the shape now? Woo. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I apply pressure towards the tip. That pressure towards the tip. Pressure towards the tip. I apply that pressure, sis. That's the only way to get shape. A lot of people just like this. You gotta apply that pressure to get that shape. If you don't apply the pressure, the shape won't come in. You have to feel the emery board, the file. And that's stiletto. Look how beautiful that is. Okay? This is just me shaping. This is before I even hand file. You guys see that? Mark my man nails. Okay? There, she's gonna run this hand down his back. Leave behind her signature. I'm the one that hates short stilettos. Everybody hates short stilettos. Everybody but clients, apparently. I have these stiletto sharp tips. A lot of you guys that like them, they're pretty much like this already. Before the shaping and everything, they're already like this. A lot of my students have been using it. They love it. If you have clients that have long stilettos, those stiletto tips I do not recommend you buy if you're going to be cutting down at all, okay? You only buy those if the clients are getting long nails and long stilettos. You put them on, you don't have to do this because the tips are already sharp. I don't have my stuff here. I'm just using whatever they have, but maybe someone screenshot this. Screenshot them bad boys. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take a picture. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go to some hand filing techniques, okay? Remember, we have cap with clear. Doesn't mean that we can go crazy, okay? I'm just gonna file, hand file. It'll be faster for me. Later on, just do the cuticle work, and I'll be done. What you can do with a hand filer is very quick compared to use a drill. Plus, $80, $80, $100, $100 is great for this. See that light spot means that it's uneven, so I just gotta run it. And I run it in a circular form. I'm not staying in one spot to keep my structure, okay?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I'll show you guys the side profile and also the 40 front profile too. Ow! She stabbed me with my own nails. It's actually, a lot of people don't like hand filing, they say it takes too long, but actually it's very quick and it's very efficient compared to if you're not hand filing. Later on, I just use my cuticle area, my bits for the cuticle area. This allows you to get one even surface. Put some strokes into this. Just like that, guys. Man, I'm telling you, when you start doing stilettos like this, some clients, they never go back. Yeah, they're sharp. They hurt people, but at the end of the day, it makes great pictures and great content. So make them sharp as hell, you know. If your clients have any problems, just round it off for them. But after you take the picture, after you make the content. I know. It's just one of our things as nail techs. Sometimes we want the content, okay? Like, sacrifice a few leggings, stockings. front view. You guys see that? It still has curvature. It's not flat. Some people think I need flat nails to make that. No, you don't. These nails aren't flat. There's structure here, an arch. This allows the nails to be strong and durable. Okay? They're not gonna break. And the shape, Suzanne. I miss you. I've been busy. But I will start going back to doing nails fairly soon. Once I have few things in order. So now I'm just gonna clean up the cuticles a little bit. Using a 5-1 bit. So. You heard me? I heard you. Remember, this is my model, so we're not trying to do too crazy here. So she's gonna pop these off, but generally we just do the cuticle work, get it flushed. Generally to get nails done. So
Any questions? Yes, we do.
acrylic gel, 4-in-1, everything. I don't want to go too far in their cuticles. This is a sharp bit, so you guys gotta be really careful. I'm so used to use my own bit that I'm like really comfortable. This is someone else's, so I'm not comfortable. But still, I'll use my technique to make up for that. This is experience. Like I said, I put cuticle oil on here so that it pops off easier. This is a pop-off method for me. Generally now we only have to drill this area here, where we don't have to worry about the body of the nail because we already did that with hand filing. Now we just blend and smooth it out. Still has the structure, see? Apex, whatever you need. So we're sealing the cuticle area with a drill bit. This just allows us to not lift. And you're noticing a little lifting here because it's the cuticle oil, okay? But generally, if you properly prep, the product will stick on really well. So please excuse that because we're doing a pop-off method.
Có nước ở đây nè. Anh chơi có này.
No focus on this area here, blend it down. Later I'm gonna buffer everything. You can use a sanding band for this area, this part too, well, but not for sealing the cuticle. The buffing down, you use a sanding band. Cái này pop up dễ không chị? I'm barely glue on there, so that's it. So now really, yeah, it's the perfect ombre. Now we buff the crap out of this buffer. It's a perfect like ombre color. Look at that. Usually a 100 by 180 buffer like this will be able to get rid of all the scratch marks. And you're more top coating too, so. Man. And you want a sharper, you can always finish it off right before the end. Get it even sharper. Don't tap my skin, okay? Tap your skin. Okay. Nhớ nãy tay chị có mấy con ngón crooked không? Giờ lấy lại này. That's right there, guys. Screenshot. Like this. Screenshot. Boom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make it a little bit more sharper. This is a finisher. Right now, we're gonna top coat, and I'm gonna do a little bit of sugaring design.